Home is where connections are made, memories are formed, and ideas are born. And no one knows home better than NFM. Thanks for tuning in to I Am Home, the podcast that goes deeper than trends and dives into what it means to make your house a home.
Hello and welcome to I Am Home, the Home Life Best Life podcast. I'm Tyler Weisgup, joined by my co-host whose takes are so contemporary they haven't even been built yet. It's Becca Sudbeck.
Hi, Tyler.
Hi, Becca. And our other co-host, she's smoother than a velvet accent chair and twice as supportive. It's Hilary Waltemat.
Hi, Tyler.
Hi, Hilary. Today, we're stepping inside a fresh, contemporary home that's got clean lines, open spaces, and thoughtful flow, from a stunning main level living area to an upstairs TV lounge and a calming primary suite. This is a modern living situation just done entirely right. And we're so excited to be talking with the mind behind this design, the super talented NFM interior designer, Andrew Breinig. Welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited.
Yeah, we're so excited to have you.
Good.
But before we do, let me tell you why we're even doing this podcast. And that's because NFM is more than just your everything home store. We are amazing store design. We've got the best selection, unbeatable prices, but what really sets us apart is our people. They're passionate, knowledgeable experts who live to help you love your home. And that's why we do this show. Because NFM is unlike anything else, because home life should be your best life. Learn more at nfm.com. Okay, this week, Andrew, your home that you were working on is a Parade of Homes design.
Correct.
And it's another installment. We're going to call this, we've done one other one of these before. We call them the Design Diaries.
Okay. I like it.
So we want to see these real design dilemmas and how interior designers and home designers are able to tackle these challenges. So Andrew, thanks for joining us. Can you give us kind of a quick picture of what the homeowner was looking for, dreaming of when they started talking to you about the overall design of their home?
Sure. So it was built by Art of a Craftsman. The builder he just has a great mind. I mean, he truly is a designer himself. He thinks outside the box. He thinks about his clients every step of the way. So for this project, I came in and was asked to help with finishing touches, furniture, accessories, rugs, artwork, all the things. And from the very beginning, we just kept saying urban Chicago, which was a style that I've never really used before or worked with before. I honestly didn't really know what that meant until I got there. And then I was like, okay, yeah, I can see it. But it was just modern, but still had so much character and warmth, which is huge. Yeah. Sometimes those big houses can get a little cold.
Yeah, for sure.
But this one, you walked in and you could instantly just start partying, start enjoying, start living, which was really fun. So it was all about getting that urban Chicago and basing everything off of the architecture. That's the biggest thing, is I want to get into the client's home. So seeing all the materials that he picked, it was pretty easy to just jump off and start furniture selections.
Urban Chicago. What was the first thing that you did when you heard that term?
Yeah.
You didn't know what it was.
And I even kind of like Googled, which I know I'm not supposed to do. No, just kidding. But there's not much out there. So really, it was kind of a new style that we kind of, with the builder and myself, we kind of made it our own, which made it, I think, such a beautiful space and so unique. And that's why people were so thrilled by it. It was just something different that they haven't seen before. One thing about NFM is we have so many vendors. So when I first came back after that site visit, I just jumped right in looking at all the different vendors we have. I didn't want anything to look brand spanking new, So I looked at the vendors that have the character that looks a little distressed, that looked a little old, like something I could have picked up at like a flea market or something, just to give that homey aesthetic. So that was one of the first things I did when I got back. Look through one of our
smart
thousands of vendors.
It gives you that urban character.
Exactly.
The choices are endless.
Oh my gosh, they really are. They really are. And there's a style for everybody. And there's a style for urban Chicago.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, I'd love to start looking at your design concepts and talking that through. So producer's going to pull that up for us. Cool. We're going to start with the main open kind of living area. Okay. So it's got like that main seating area, beautiful fireplace, and then there's kind of the dining and the kitchen area. So this first image here, kind of walk us through kind of the thought process. You talked about kind of finding those designers that have a little bit of distress looking. I can see it in the design now, but I'd love to kind of talk through your thoughts.
Sure. So it's an open concept. I mean, truly open. It's a slab home. So the entire main space is just wide open. You have your kitchen, you have your dining, you have your great room, entry, office, stairwell, and even the loft space. I mean, it's all open. So it was really important to create those intimate little spaces that made it feel cozy and again, homey.
Yeah.
So I really had a good time creating that little niche when you first walk in. Instead of like a traditional kind of boring, stuffy entry table, I did something a little bit more unique, and I did a long console that actually offers functionality but aesthetic. And I'm all about scale. It has to fit. It has to work with the house. And that sucker took up that entire wall. The guys moving in was like, how heavy is this? And I was like, I don't know. That was the question that they had all day. I think the mirror I picked for the intro was like 600 pounds or something. But it was beautiful. So sorry, guys. But yeah, it looked really good. But anyway, just making those little, zones. So we had a little zone off the fireplace where I did a little table with some poofs, a long lumbar pillow on the bench, where if it was raining outside, you could come in and play a game, play dominoes, do a puzzle, but you're still a part of the party. You're still a part of the open concept. Then we did the living space, which had to function beautifully, of course, but also take advantage of the view. So we did some swivel chairs so you could swivel back, have a cup of coffee, have some tea, but then also swivel to the TV if you're having a big game day, right? And then the dining space, I'm obsessed with the dining chairs that I picked, not to toot my own horn.
Well, before we get that, you were talking through the swivel chairs here. We've got the images pulled up. It's kind of a leather swivel chair. And describe it a little bit more for the layman, what kind of details they're looking at.
So I love that these had a little character to them with the tufting, even the nail head. Some people are like, oh, I can't do nail head because it's so traditional. That's not always the case. I think nail head just gives it a little something extra. And it honestly frames everything out really beautifully too. So if you want to see those beautiful edges in that squared shape, do the nail head, show it off.
I mean, and that still looks really modern, I feel like.
Thank you.
But like very like it looks expensive and upscale, but I'm sure it was
sophisticated.
It very, very
cool.
Yeah. And then just leather. I mean, I think leather just wears so incredibly well, especially for lake living. I mean, why not? And it's a leather that will distress and will have some markings, but that's the beauty of leather.
You don't have to be so precious about it.
Don't be afraid to use your leather furniture. It's like a bomber jacket. It should be beautiful, right? Even with the nesting tables in between, I wanted it so that you could grab a table and pull it up wherever you needed it. It's all about functionality. So those are two tables that are very lightweight, and they just nest under each other. So you can grab the one and pull it wherever you need it. Put your cocktail down or your tea or whatever.
Smart. Just very practical.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, nothing makes you more aware of like how far away you are from a place to set your drink.
It's just awkward when you have to like wait
in a bar.
Sure. Exactly.
Very practical. So the bistro set. Let me talk through that.
Bistro set. So that's where I thought, if it's raining outside, if you just need to get away from the sun, come inside, charge your phone, do a puzzle, hang out, just a little intimate corner. But yet it does serve as another entry table. So you could put a beautiful arrangement on there for the holidays, or really just make it stately. But just a cool little zone.
And the pattern that you picked, I think they didn't end up selecting this one.
They didn't select this one.
Gosh,
no,
I think
it's cool.
It's really cool. And it's this beautiful kind of blue stripy kind of deal.
So we did kind of this, it was kind of a sagey green with some warm undertones to it. Again, it was polyester, so it's going to wear so well for the lake.
Okay, great.
And just looks really masculine, and again, kind of has that character and that vibe. Yeah.
Excellent. Talk to me about the sofa chase deal.
The Madeline by Row. I'm obsessed. We did a green crushed velvet on that guy, and we had the turn leg, and it just was a showstopper.
The legs on there are
so
really
pretty.
fun.
They even have like little brass casters. So again, that character, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't look like you could just pick that up from anywhere. And at the time, we didn't have it here at NFM on the floor to sit in. So they really had to trust my judgment and say, this is going to work. It's going to be comfy.
I promise you.
Yeah, exactly. And they did, and I'm so glad they did. It's funny though, because on that picture, it's bright orange, and that's what the homeowner wanted. And I was like, yeah, that's just a stock image. We're going to do green. And he was like, okay. And then once I got on there, he was like, I'm so glad we did green.
Yeah.
I would have gotten so bored with that.
Yeah.
We're so tired
like
of the orange.
it's I feel like the mixture of colors and whatever.
Exactly.
It's so nice
Exactly.
to like that warms it up in and of itself. I feel like.
Yep. Especially when you're on the lake. Like you want color, you want pops, but you still want it to be serene, and you want it to complement, your surroundings. So the blues and the greens and everything around you. Yeah.
Okay. We could talk about this all day. Let's move on to the next one. I want to make sure we have time to get through everything. So you're talking about this dining, all this.
Yes. So this is actually the outdoor dining area. Yep. So which I love that you thought it was indoor because it looks indoor.
Yeah.
But outdoor.
Interesting.
The homeowner was a little worried on those white chairs going outside, but it's an outdoor upholstery, so it works. And I've been out there, and it's been 2 years, I think, since we installed that, and they look brand spanking new.
Awesome.
Fabric has come so far.
Yeah, agreed.
Too, that you don't have to be scared of colors.
No. And I love it when you almost kind of do
right, you're like, is this
supposed
chair
to be
belong outside?
But it does, and it functions so well, and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
So I really like it.
So this is describe
too.
the chair, just so that people, or the table itself.
Table.
It's like it's
like a slate,
big slate,
yes.
stony.
Yes, so it's a cast stone.
Okay.
Again, a solid piece.
Yeah.
2 pieces. We have that beautiful base that kind of resembles more of like a wood, and then that raw edge on the top. I thought it was kind of cool. In the kitchen area, they actually did a chiseled hand quartz on the granite.
Oh,
my gosh, it was so pretty on the countertop. Excuse me, not the granite. So I kind of played with that and did a similar look outside to just bring in that character and that uniqueness.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, this looks great.
Thanks.
Let's move on to the next image there, Ian. So this is that console
table.
table that you were talking about.
The entryway. Another fun story with this, then that's that 600-pound entryway mirror.
Oh, the mirror.
Again, yeah,
oh,
it was solid. But from the very beginning, I wanted chains. I wanted to just connect the upstairs to the downstairs, downstairs to the upstairs. And in that entryway, as you can see on that picture right there, it's a blank wall. And the builder, for being so inventive, he was stumped, and I loved it because I was like, okay, this is my time to shine. So I was like, well, I think we need chains. And he was like, we're not doing chains. That'll be so heavy, dust and all this. And I was like, okay. And then I literally came back to NFM, and I found these bamboo links for like $40, you guys. And the way they installed them and layered it, it looks like this little herringbone. It was just the coolest feature of the entire house. And you walk in and people are talking about it.
Yeah, it's like totally a statement, showstopper.
Yeah. And I just couldn't believe the price and the functionality and all his worries. I was like, the price is good. They're not heavy and they're not going to collect dust. So you're good. Let's go.
I remember seeing that on, I think our social media account had featured that. And that's an accessory I think we've had for a little bit. And I think we've seen over the years, but that application was so clever. So clever. And it's just proves the value of like a fresh perspective. Like the visual merchandising team has probably seen that thing a million times.
Like, what did we do with
yes. But just like some fresh eyes on it. Like totally reimagined it. I thought that was so clever.
Yeah. And talking about the merchandising team, I mean, gosh, I get inspiration from them too. So I think it's neat the collaborative feel here at NFM. Yeah. But it was a really neat feature. I was very excited about that.
So clever.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, Ian, let's take a look at some of the finalized images here. Yeah.
Oh yeah. The green was the right choice.
I agree.
So
that
pretty.
green is great.
The client was hesitant with the rug as well. It had some blush tones in it, and I made the mistake of saying that. He was like, I don't want pink in this house. And I was like, no,
so great.
You need it.
Yeah.
You need it. We need some jewel tones.
Yeah, warm it a little. You got to warm it up a little bit.
And that coffee table, it's from 4 hands. They harvest the wood after the tree's been fallen. So it takes a long time to get those tables in, but it's worth it in the end.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Massive.
It's huge.
Yeah, that's like a really great scale too for that.
I mean, you could have, 3 people on that sectional, 2 people on the swivels, people over on those poofs on that built-in, and then on the floor, legs under the coffee table, and you're just having a big party and having a good old time.
Right.
So I love the functionality.
Yeah. And you've really leaned into kind of that rustic charm you expect from like a lake house, but it's so well refined and tailored that it's got that like modern urban feel that it doesn't feel like, I don't know, like the stereotypical
lake
house.
Yeah. No
it's so
seashells.
sophisticated,
Yeah.
No driftwood.
No ropes.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
It's so stunning.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank
Well,
you.
let's take a look at another couple images here. Yeah. So,
Oh, there's that
Oh.
countertop.
Yes. And you
That
can just
is
see
really,
the character that he
really
brought
cool.
in, doing that whole subway tile on the back and those
Uh-huh.
beams in the
Yeah.
kitchen.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just a beautiful home.
Reminiscent of a brick wall that you
Yes,
probably
exactly.
see.
I
in
can totally see where the
Chicago.
urban Chicago is
Good,
coming
good.
from
I'm
now.
glad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One more.
And again, all about scale.
Mhm.
They had some big walls that we had to find big pieces of artwork.
Yeah.
That was actually the same piece of artwork that we just inverted, but it had the blush tones, it had the
Oh,
greens,
yeah.
it had all the ivories
Perfect.
and warm tones. It literally couldn't have been more perfect.
Yeah.
So, and no one knows it's the same art.
No,
I would
I just-
never, Andrew.
I would have
Thank you.
never,
Just gave it away.
I'm tucking that away for
Yeah.
right?
future
Mhm,
use.
mhm. Always.
Okay, let's go forward. I do have one more image here.
Mm.
Yeah.
So then when everything was in, I kind of did it in different stages. So of course, after I do that in-home consultation, I come back, I put my proposal together, I pull everything, I have mood boards, layouts. We did the furniture install, and then I did another phase where I brought out all the accessories.
Gotcha.
So you'll
Okay.
see all those built-ins, and that was all NFM too.
Yeah.
I think
That's like
people
my
forget that we
favorite
have-
part
yes.
of, well, I feel like it's just so nice when you guys come out, you bring what you think you're going to need,
Mhm.
like put everything where it
Mhm.
goes. And it's
yep.
so,
Like magic.
it's like, it literally
fun.
just makes it so easy.
Well, it makes it homey. It
Yeah,
puts that finishing touch.
Totally.
Mhm.
Oh, awesome. I've got the bistro area.
And there's the beautiful homeowner.
So good.
It's just a cool little niche.
Doing the puzzle. Just
Doing
like
the
you
puzzle.
just like you
I
were doing.
know,
Oh
I
my
know.
gosh.
Yeah. Oh, I need that because I love puzzles
Oh
in
my
the
gosh,
winter,
they're
and
just
I like
cute.
hate like taking over
Exactly.
my cocktail table
Mhm.
for that. But to have like
That's
a little,
yeah.
yeah,
Where you don't have to like clean it up or it's
Mhm.
kind of out of the way.
yeah, because it's not
Exactly.
something you can just like
Right.
pack away until
Totally,
you're ready
right.
to
Right.
do it
I have
again.
to start over now.
Uh-huh.
And it gives
clearly-
it that homely,
Yeah.
lived-in look, So use it as an accessory. Put it
Mhm.
on solved puzzle out there. Who cares?
Yeah.
And you can clearly see all like the dedicated zone type spaces that
Yes,
you were talking
good.
about. So
Fun.
the thought process of being able to have that, collected for the homeowner to find those spots to explore their
Mhm.
home and actually use it and
Mhm.
enjoy it. Totally see
Thank you.
you nailing that.
Mhm.
So awesome. Okay. Oh gosh, I threw in more images than I even
know.
remember.
I mean,
Okay.
it gets better with
Oh,
every
yeah,
angle.
It really does. It's great.
There's
There's
the
the
There it
chains. Yeah.
is.
And that little herringbone was a total, I didn't even know that was going to happen.
Oh,
So those
yeah,
little
that's really
surprises are the
great.
best when you're on site and you're like, whoa, that's even better than I imagined.
And that chain like detail is so relevant
Yes,
right now
yes.
too. I'd
Yeah.
like seeing so much of that with like cool light fixtures.
Absolutely.
But to your point about something that's like cost effective and is not going to need the wall reinforced
Exactly.
to not
Yeah.
come crumbling down.
The builder was sweating.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh.
I got you.
There's some inspirational quote about being a little scared of
Yeah,
things,
absolutely,
right?
yeah.
You can do hard
Yeah,
things.
For
You can do
sure.
scary things.
Yeah, I think Gandhi said that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Now this is more for kind of that you were calling it the loft,
Loft
space.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. So talk us through concepting and dreaming up. What was the homeowner looking for
Sure.
this area, and then how did you deliver?
Sure. So the homeowner wanted this space to be truly like the movie watching, video game playing, whatever. You're in your rec space, right? So we wanted something modular again for functionality. So all those pieces are actually individual and can be broken apart.
Oh, interesting.
So you can make it into a little day bed. You can make it into a U shape. You can do whatever you want. But for the show home and everyday use,
Yeah.
I just did the L shape. But again, to break up the sectional configuration, I thought it'd be really cool to incorporate some ottomans in there as well.
Mhm.
Okay.
There were some really neat windows up there that I didn't really necessarily want to cover.
Yeah,
So
that's
wherever,
a good idea.
Thank you. So wherever
Yeah.
there was a window, I put an ottoman,
Yeah.
and then I contrasted the upholstery. So I did a plaid,
Oh, fun.
and it
Okay.
was so cute.
Yeah.
I know. I love a good plaid.
Yeah. So we're talking
Yeah.
about the sectional,
The actual
being
sectional itself.
modular.
Yep, yep.
That's interesting. So
Yeah, you can see the ottoman piece like in
Yeah,
the middle
yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
And when you see the install pics, you'll get it too. But it's so functional, and you can just move everything around and make it work for any engagement.
Yeah. Talk to us about the light fixture.
Oh my gosh, I love the arc lamp. Arc lamps are back, you guys.
Yeah.
They're groovy. So we did that just to give you a little bit more of that center light without having the overhead lights on, right? We all like that cozy, warm light versus the bright.
big
Yeah.
light.
Yeah.
The big lights.
Big
Thank
light.
you. Yes. And then those C tables, those brass etched C tables.
Mhm.
Again, grab those, move those wherever
So
you need.
convenient.
Yes. For your phone, for a soda, for popcorn, whatever. Again, I didn't want to fill it and you had tables and coffee tables and just stuff everywhere. I wanted it to be a space that you could manipulate. And
Yeah.
move.
Yeah.
And so having those elements, I thought was a little bit more.
Yeah.
It's like modern day, dare I say, TV tray.
You got it, girl. You got it. Nailed it.
Way better
way
looking.
better. Way better.
So we're looking at,
Little
if
TV
you're
tray.
listening to
I
us,
know.
we're looking at the finalized images.
That's
Now
it.
we're just looking at the mock-ups, and now we pushed forward to the images, and you can kind of see, like we're talking about the lake house vibes and some of those pieces that, like this side table and the artwork as well.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
was that something that you were bringing in, or is
Yeah.
that something the homeowner
No,
was?
I brought both
requesting?
those
Okay,
elements in.
interesting.
Yeah,
Talk
yeah.
about that.
I wanted something grand on that staircase as well. I mean, it's a focal when you come in, you look to the right, up the stairs when you're walking up the stairs. So we needed something on that landing that was just stately and beautiful. So we just happened again to have that on the floor at NFM. And I was like, yep, that's coming with me.
Yeah.
And we installed it and the colors were perfect. You know, just the serene
Mhm.
water,
Mhm.
everything. It just turned out really, really well.
Yeah.
So
Describe
stunning.
the artwork if we're listening.
Yes. So it's actually, it was a dock.
Yeah, that's
An
like
old
a pier or
dock,
something,
up here, overlooking a bay or the ocean.
Yeah.
The colors are so serene. They have kind of those greenish hues with a little bit of blue. It's actually on acrylic, so it shines.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
some sheen to it. So
Yeah.
if you look closely and the light's reflecting, it almost looks like water,
Yeah.
like truly water
Yeah.
reflection. So it
Beautiful.
was just really fun.
Beautiful. And this side table too just looks
It was
stunning.
cool.
Yeah.
like driftwood.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just very unique and stately there. So I thought it would be
It's got
perfect.
the driftwood base and then kind of this big glass top
Glass
that
top.
just kind
Yeah.
of like really stands out. Very cool.
Absolutely.
So we're looking at the sectional as well, and you've got your ottomans everywhere, the beautiful
Mhm.
plaid that you were
Mhm.
talking about, not blocking the windows. Very smart that way.
Good.
What about this space are you the most proud of?
Honestly, I love the contrasted upholsteries.
Yeah.
I think it
Yeah.
just makes it a little special. You know, we could have done all the same upholstery, but then it kind of would have felt a little sad.
Well, it gets really heavy, too.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So to break it up and just add again that character, you're kind of like, wait,
Mhm.
was this all a collection, or did he purposely,
Mhm.
do something
It's really
different?
fun.
Yeah.
So it was cool. And I think the plaid adds a little character.
Oh, for
that
sure.
the space needed.
For sure.
So
Definitely. Okay, let's wrap up with the primary suite.
okay, cool.
So,
Oh, yeah.
another angle for the
Better shot of the
another
ottoman.
angle.
I
We're
love
really
that.
kind of seeing like the modular system and
Yep,
how
yep.
how beautiful and stunning it looks in this space and just so purposeful. So
Cool.
looks great.
Thank you.
Okay, so primary suite.
Yes.
Talk to me about again, what was the homeowner expecting, and how did you kind of bring the wow
Sure.
factor like you've already done throughout the rest of the house?
Yeah. So this, I honestly think, has the best views. So I wanted to just keep the furniture and all the accessories and
Mhm.
everything very serene.
Simple, yeah.
Yes, because they had these huge windows on that back wall that truly became artwork, right? I mean, it looks like you're on the water, and you
Mhm.
are. So everything just stayed very clean and serene and neutral. And then we brought in some pops again with some greens and some different tones, and everything just came together
Mhm.
really beautifully. So yeah, I was really proud of this space as well.
Yeah.
But truly, the focal is the outside, is the
Yeah.
lake. So
Yeah.
And I love that you took another like plaid
Yes,
interpretation with the
yes,
rug
totally.
here too. So you don't have to like, it's fun to see like some modern interpretations
yep.
of that too. That so you can kind of like string that thread through
absolutely.
the entire thing, but you're not like overwhelmed with the
Yeah,
same
yeah,
thing
because
over
you
and
gotta
over.
have
and
a
over.
pattern for
Mhm.
interest
Yeah,
and uniqueness. Yeah.
So is that like a cream for the contrast? There's a
Mhm.
black and kind of
Yep,
creamy.
yep. It's a little bit more warm.
Yeah.
So yeah, black and cream on the rug.
Yeah.
Yep. And then that chase, we kind of did more of a nubby
Mm.
upholstery,
Oh,
and it
okay.
had some creams and black and white. So it
Perfect.
pulled all the colors together.
Mhm.
Some people are so scared to mix white and cream. Do it. Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think that's
Yeah,
like,
That's like
Yeah.
my favorite,
I know.
one of my favorite combos in
Yes.
like apparel right now.
Mhm.
Like those like
Exactly.
white and
that
cream.
linen-y. Yep.
Mhm.
This accent table too is very interesting.
Oh my gosh,
looking.
so cool. It was just one that I, again, looked through many vendors. It was one that jumped out to me and I thought it looked really unique. And then it was even better in person.
Yeah.
Is it like a carved wood
Yes,
almost?
it
So
is
again, more
solid.
texture.
Yeah,
And it's
exactly.
all black.
A little
and it's
tribal.
got just a lot of
Mhm.
like
Yeah, definitely
etching type
tribal.
things
Yep.
going,
Yeah.
and some kind of like a staircase,
Yeah,
reverse
exactly.
staircase kind of thing.
Exactly.
Reversey
Yep.
staircase
Yeah.
thing.
Like that.
Yeah.
I'm
Wow.
very good at the words.
Yes, you are very good at the
Thanks.
words, Tyler.
Love it.
All right, looking at the space.
Wow.
So there it is.
Looks great.
Oh, and this is the bed that has the, is it flange
Yes, yep.
detail?
Mhm.
What is a
But-
flange?
Yeah.
It's kind of an exterior welt.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So
Like
it's,
a
it's not that tightly rounded.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
It's
cool.
a little more casual.
Like this thick, like
So if you
off of the-
sew a seam,
yeah.
you take two pieces of fabric together, but
Yeah.
then it's like reversed.
Yeah,
So it's like
reversed
kind
welt.
of,
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
cool.
I love that. Oh yeah.
So again, like tailored, but not so.
It just gives it a lot of like interest
Mhm.
and detail that
Yes.
you
Mhm.
And
know.
I would dive into that bed.
Yeah,
for sure.
it looks
For
great.
Mhm.
sure. For sure.
So it's so
Yeah,
fun.
and in this
And you can
image,
see
you can
that
see
little
that.
view
The
out the
water.
The
window.
artwork, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
for
can you
sure.
imagine waking up to that view every single day?
Wouldn't be bad.
One day.
You know?
Ain't too heck, as they say.
I'd never be sad.
I really
think.
like
never.
the, I don't know, nightstands
Yes,
too.
yes.
Are those like, is that a
Oh my
drawer and then an
gosh.
open shelf?
So it's honestly all open shelves.
Okay.
Again,
Cool.
this builder is amazing. And
Mhm.
being on a slab, you would
Oh,
think.
that was part of, they built that into the wall?
No, sorry.
Oh,
I
okay.
provided those.
Okay.
But they didn't really need that extra storage. So we
Uh-huh.
could truly
Oh, yeah.
make those a focal.
Yeah.
Because
I really
he just
like
puts
those.
storage wherever he
Okay.
possibly
We
can.
love
so I
that.
do same.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
So I didn't feel the need to necessarily do like a big clunky
Mhm.
uh,
I really like those.
chest.
Yeah.
You know, so doing something a little bit more open that they can truly accessorize
So
and make their own.
smart.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Andrew, I've really loved the walkthrough and
Oh
how
my gosh.
contemporary design doesn't have to be cookie cutter. I think you
Mhm.
kind of clearly are able to show how to make that happen. You know, it's tailored, personal, and it's seriously like livable. I can kind of see all of that intentionality behind what you're doing. Before we wrap up with a quick game, what advice would you give to someone tackling a contemporary design project, but don't know where to begin?
Oh gosh. Come see me. I got
There you go.
Yes.
you. Come to NFM, come to the design gallery. Again, we have so many vendors and we have so many different budgets and styles, and it's just fun. It's a puzzle every day that we get to solve for people. So just trust the process. Trust that your designer knows you, is getting to know you, knows your lifestyle, knows your work, and they're going to nail it, and you'll love it at the end.
Yeah. And this person shared two words
Yeah.
that was maybe based on some feelings, and you
Yes.
like were able
Off
to
to
kind
the
of like
races.
dissect it and
Yeah.
figure out what the interpretation of
Sure,
that is.
sure.
And so I think people have a hard time defining their style,
Mhm.
and you don't have to like pick from a list of options.
Exactly.
You can be inspired by a place, an emotion, a feeling you want to be in, and
Exactly.
people
love
can
that.
make that come to life.
Sure.
So it was a great example of that.
Definitely.
Okay, well, it's time now for our game. It's what we call our pop culture challenge.
Okay.
This is the game where we take the topic of the day and put it through the pop culture ringer. And this week, Andrew, I was inspired by that chain artwork.
Cool.
And
Mm.
I got to thinking about contemporary design in chain restaurants.
Okay.
So, for today's pop culture challenge, it's an opinion-based debate. So here's the question. If a chain restaurant designed your living room, which one would you survive in the longest? And I'll give you a few options. And if you have some
Okay,
new
good.
ones that you want to throw in, you
I
can.
like options.
Options that I have: Cheesecake Factory. When's the last time you've
Okay.
been in one?
Okay.
But they're very interesting. They got a lot going on.
That they are.
That's
That they
all
are.
I'll say.
I just learned more about the Cheesecake Factory lore too.
Oh, yeah?
So
Okay,
this may
all right.
influence.
Okay, I want to hear more about that. Cracker Barrel is my
Oh.
second option. Becca's face after I
Okay.
said Cracker
Do you have any
Barrel.
good option?
Yeah, of course, Olive Garden, because when you're there, you're family.
Oh,
Okay, those are just a few options. You can throw in an additional one if you have it, but between those ones, anything will rise to the top. Anyone want to go first? Andrew, you're a
I
guest.
mean, shoot, I could probably do the Crackle Barrel.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, I'd want
We
to
love a
finesse some
theme.
things. Like,
barrel furniture.
What about Cracker Barrel? Is like,
it's
yeah.
got the warmth and some
Uh-huh.
interest, and I could make it feel a little Hampton chic if I got in there and just
Okay.
started over.
I believe in you. I believe in
Completely
you.
changed
We'll
it.
keep the rocking chairs
Yeah.
and
I will change everything else.
one barrel.
That's all it's saying. I don't think I could do the Cheesecake Factory. I think they kind of have a bit of an identity
too much
crisis.
stuff going on.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed. Oh, that's so funny.
Becca,
I am not a fan of your choice.
you went away from Cracker Barrel so quickly.
You want Red Lobster for that fishtail,
Red
right?
Oh,
Lobster.
you know, I am no. I can't come up with one that I would like, but all of these options,
Which one could you survive in the longest? Let's say that.
Oh boy. I guess I'm gonna go with Cracker Barrel.
Good girl.
Oh my
But
gosh.
We can be
Cracker
neighbors.
Barrel.
I'm
This is not what I
definitely not a
expected.
fan. The Cheesecake Factory I could not live in. I don't know about the Olive Garden, and definitely not Red Lobster.
What about the Cheesecake Factory? Are you so against?
It's like, for me, way too overly done, I would say.
Mhm.
Like there's
Okay.
just too much going on. It's like everything is like big and grand. Like I don't even like that menu. It's so overwhelming. And I feel that's the same way I feel in there.
That color
Yeah.
palette is
Like
still
32
going
page menu
strong.
for sure.
Yeah,
Kinda
it's like,
reminds me of
what of
Vegas.
these 500 options do you want to eat? And I'm like, I need more like 10 options are good, but 500 is
Too many.
just, it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Hilary, what about you? What do you think?
I have to go Olive Garden.
Yeah.
Trends are cyclical. I cannot wait for those like dusty bottles of veggies
Oh,
and oil.
to come back around.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
Back in the day,
Yes.
we used
I
to
think
sell
we-
those by the hundreds.
Uh-huh.
I think we've all lived our olive oil
Yes.
house,
Yeah.
back in
Yes.
the day.
Yeah.
I mean, we sold
Yeah.
hundreds and hundreds.
Yeah.
Of
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
I
that's
can't
so
wait to
funny.
put those
So
on top of
popular.
my cabinets.
Yeah.
And dust them never.
Okay, excellent. And I didn't think about Red Lobster, but I'm going to pick that now. I mean, we were just at a lake house, so I think it
Perfect,
kind of
perfect.
fits. All right. Well, that was really fun. Thanks for playing. Andrew, thanks for bringing us your design, talking through your concepts, and just showing us how we can style an urban Chicago.
Of course.
I also want to thank my co-hosts Hilary and Becca, our producers Anna and Scott, and all our listeners. Thanks for liking and subscribing wherever you listen. But don't forget to send us your questions. We tackle all things home, from design to products and beyond. And send us your questions. You can do it at nfm.com/podcast. Okay, that's going to do it for us for now. But remember, home is what you make it.
Thanks for joining us today for I Am Home with Tyler Weisskopf, Hilary Waltemath, and Becca Sudbeck. No one knows home quite like NFM. So if you'd like more information on home design at NFM, please check out nfm.com and leave us a review on the podcast platform of your choice.